Joining me as always, Isaac and Patrick. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Nada. Man, it's been a week for me. I feel like I'm saying that every week nowadays, but
Yeah.
it's been another week. But how was your week, Patrick?
My week was just busy. I ended up heading down to Richmond for a customer visit and at the wildlife building, which they had like big muskets in there and stuff. It was kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my God.
They had a
Did you
gun that
take
was
one?
like, yeah, dude, they had a gun that was like taller than me, way
I feel
taller.
like we just talked about this lady that made a gun in the whole. She was haunted forever on an
The
episode, right?
Winchester lady. Yeah.
Callback.
Yeah.
Episode 92, section 3.
hmm
Um, Isaac,
Um,
how was your week, man?
Was the gun for the wildlife? What was it for?
yeah, no, it was like an old, huge duck gun or something, but it was like the size of my like where my microwave is up to the ground. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
So speaking of microwaves, we got this new microwave at work that Jose picked out, and I'm a little sad he's not here tonight because he wanted to talk about the draft. But this microwave is the biggest microwave I've ever seen. Like the size of it is two of my 42-inch monitors put together, and then like a couple feet tall. And I'm like I walk by the thing and get cancer,
hmm
and it's anybody. I won't let anybody use it because I've got those X-ray vests that like technicians use when they take X-rays before we can use this microwave. I'm not even kidding. It's massive. I've never
do
seen a
you,
microwave like
do you
that.
remember the
What do you
days when your speaker would start going or your speakers would just like
Yeah.
make all weird noise when you had a microwave going?
It still does that when you like put your cell phone next to it, right? And it goes off.
I think so.
Sparks a little joy in
If
What
my
are you heating up in there in that thing?
yeah,
what in the microwave?
Yeah.
Nothing. We don't use the microwave. I don't know why we bought such a giant. Like every once in a while, if like somebody wants a baked potato, we'll poke some holes in one and throw it in there. But
they're
we don't.
preparing to replace staff with microwaves.
Yeah, AI
Uh,
microwaves
coming.
and shit, right?
It's
hmm
coming.
It is. I know.
Um, but Killjoy, how was your week, man? That was a deep cut.
It's good. It's good. There's
Good.
nothing crazy happening. It's cold and rainy today, which I did not expect when I wore shorts to my kids' outdoor sports. I was freezing.
Well, dude, it's
Hmm.
been 90 down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, cool. How was the? What are they playing right now?
Basketball and flag football.
Which and which?
Flag football you have to be older for, so it's for my oldest.
Brand.
And then, yeah.
Um, that's cool. Is he enjoying it?
Yeah, he's starting to figure out like the point of doing certain things.
Hmm.
And he's actually, for some reason, lately developed like a kind of a good arm. Like he can throw really
Okay.
good and catch, which is
What if
cool.
he like
So
suddenly becomes like all-star quarterback
Wasn't
yeah,
type of thing?
I don't know.
wasn't there a video up of him like dunking or something or
That was the other one.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
You got some stars going on.
So
that's cool, man. I'm glad that he's taking a liking to it.
Oh,
yeah,
Um,
well, hold on. Before we move any further. So you own this bounce house.
yeah.
What's the weight limit on it just for Robbie and me if we come over and
It's I think it is
get a little
like
drunk and
90 or
he's gonna
something like
wake up
that.
one morning. It's just gonna be you and I just jumping up and down in the bounce house.
no, we're gonna be
But
passed out
we're
laying
not
in
even gonna be jumped up and down. It's just gonna be deflated
yeah,
because
passed
we
out, things
But
exploded.
yeah, well,
we've quadrupled the weight limit.
if one of us even steps on it, like I think we just sink to the ground. So
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Um, yeah, my week was crazy. I was supposed to start the Monday through Friday thing. That didn't happen last week. I'm very hopeful for this weekend because I did
yeah,
not go in today.
what's the
Um,
hold up here?
just people taking vacations, call offs, shit like that. Plus, I kind of like working Saturdays because there's no other managers there,
Mm.
and I can just play Pokopia in the office all day.
Yeah,
Um, so I mean, not that I can't do that anyway, because my so all the managers live on the first floor, and my office is downstairs in the kitchen. So I'm like nobody bothers me except for Jose when he wanders in all the time,
yeah,
because his office is basically just his workshop.
yeah.
Um, what else? What else? What else? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot this week that I'm forgetting. I'll just randomly do some outbursts in the middle of the episode.
Well, you did some pirating early this week.
Windrose. I immediately stopped playing that as soon as I got killed by another pirate. Whereas I just watched Patrick go and brute force himself for like 2 hours last night trying to take over this pirate's boat. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
It's just the physics. Like some of the physics, like in the boarding combat, is just wonky, and then your like AI players get in the way, and
I
it's
like it though because you and I are very big on survival games.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and when we find a good one, we get into it, like the forest or whatever it is.
yeah. That one
Um,
was good. That was scary.
yeah, yeah, that was a good one. But this one I got mad at, and I haven't gone back. I don't know. I
Nah,
don't
it's
know.
just I don't think it's your thing.
I'm not a big pirate person, so I don't in sailing the seas and stuff. Like I didn't really.
Well,
I got into what was that other pirate game we played? Uh, Sea of Thieves. Is that it? Sea of
yeah, you
Thieves.
didn't get into that. You say you
I
did.
liked it. We had a solid 2 or 3 days,
We had a
which is
solid two or
good.
3 hours, and that was
Um,
over 3 days. No,
yeah, I'm
dude,
just,
this is why I drink rum because I want to be a pirate secretly. I think.
that's cool, man. I support it. I watch your stream and everything.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I really want you to get RuneScape though and try that because I think you would like it. And that's more. I've been messing around on that, but I don't want to get too far in case you decide to try it. Um, I think it's a better Enshrouded, which Isaac, that's kind of like I guess EverQuest meets a survival game meets Animal Crossing and Pokopia. So
I've
yeah,
heard of RuneScape.
it's not RuneScape, it's
Oh,
RuneScape. It's
what?
ROONS. No, RuneScape was the MMO. This is kind of the
Yeah.
off branch, like a spin off called RuneScape something something Dragons. I think I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna buy it for you when I get paid, so we can play it together because you bought me Windrose. So, um, yeah, this is like Isaac's episode this week. So what's the big thing going on this week, man?
Well, this is the time of the we're recording this, the weekend of the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, I know you probably won't be hearing this for a few weeks, but I think everything we'll say will still be relevant.
You know what I could do? We could just shuffle it around and do this one before the next one if it doesn't really we didn't do any callbacks.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
up
it
to you
matters
guys
that
though.
much.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal for our 50 listeners.
Yeah, it's not because nothing else will happen in the NFL after this before it's up. So,
Well, they might finally realize Brandon Beane's an idiot, but sorry.
I don't know if you noticed, but the past couple weeks I've been posting 2 episodes to try to get a little ahead of the game because we're so far behind.
yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Well, let's talk about what happened.
Let's do it. So, let's just go right down the list, and we'll just hit the cool stuff that happened.
First of all, let's level set this because this year's draft. I think you and me talked about this before a couple of weeks ago. They're not. I don't want to like crap on anybody, but they're not as highly rated as some of the other drafts, right? They're not as
Yeah.
good.
And also, is that like anytime that there's going to be a big draft, I go into it like hearing lots of buzz about it, right? I feel
Yeah.
like it snuck up this year and
Yep.
nothing. So I just need to know, and before I let you take this away, do I get my hopes up again as a Bills fan this year?
Every year, buddy. Yes, this year's our year. This is the
This
year.
year's our year.
New
The
stadium.
year of the
super
year
high
of
price tag.
the year of what is the Chinese year of? Year of the
Who knows?
fish or something. I don't
Year
know.
of the
Bill.
buffalo is what the
Of
year
the
is.
bill, yeah.
Of bison.
All right. I apologize.
Yeah, no, you're right though. This class is not as highly touted as a lot of classes are, as next year is going to be loaded. Last year was okay. 2024 was loaded. So, and this one was below all those. So, the the biggest like foregone conclusion that everyone knew was going to happen like as soon as last season ended was the number one overall pick.
Okay.
The Raiders, yeah, they took Fernando Mendoza, which is a quarterback because they desperately need a quarterback, and he's the best quarterback in this class. Probably actually the only one that could start. And they took him first pick. Everyone knew that was coming. We've been planning on that for months now. So the draft really started at number 2. Have you guys heard of Mendoza or anything about him?
I know he was a solid pick, and that was basically it. That's the only person that anybody's been talking about, other than I think there's like an edge rusher or something too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the Indiana quarterback, and they won. I think they won the college playoff this last year. Which is the first time Indiana's ever won. So that's cool. I mean, it's cool. It'll be good to see what he does with the Raiders. He got the Tom Brady approval. So
Yeah.
see what happens.
There's one thing I've learned about Tom Brady, though. He's just kind of a fluke. Like, as much as I hate to be this way, he's like incredibly talented, way better than any other quarterback has been. But as far as him picking players and like people, I think he just fell into the system where he had the best players around him and he elevated people. So I don't know if he's good at picking talent. I guess we'll see. But
No, there's that those him being a good player has nothing to do with him as a talent evaluator.
yeah,
It's completely different jobs. So next, number 2, the Jets took one of the best pass rushers. Not really super exciting, David Bailey. Not really surprising. But number 3 was pretty surprising. The Cardinals picked 3, and leading up to the draft, there was a lot of buzz that they might just try to trade down and get more picks because they have so many needs. And Rob, you were saying you didn't know what trade down means. It means they would trade their pick to another team, and then they would obviously get more picks out of that deal because the other team is getting a higher pick from them.
yeah. You're talking
Can
about
I?
the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, Cardinals.
Okay. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
I did hear about the Washington football team getting someone with a ridiculous name, right? Is it what is?
Called the Washington football team?
I have things to say about the Commanders when we get to them.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not-
I was listening to it while I was in the barber shop today, and that's about the extent of my draft knowledge this year.
Okay.
Good place to pick it up, though. I'll tell you. But
Yeah.
who takes a running back in the top 3 anymore? This is 2020 freaking 6. I had to think about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, so I can give you the pros and cons. So Jeremiah Love, probably the most talented player in the entire draft.
Okay.
He's a freak athlete. He's going to be better than Ashton Genty was from last year, who was like the number 1 running back. The comps are like Bijan Robinson. Like he's going to be that good. He can catch the ball. He can block. He can do everything. But yeah, you're right. It's still a running back, and the Cardinals need everything. They have no O line. He's
Well,
not going to
think
be able to
about
play
that.
very well.
Think about that. Running backs' careers are only what, 5 years,
Yeah.
10, if max.
Yeah.
The longest has been 10. They get burned out in 5 years.
Yeah.
How long does it take to rebuild a team from scratch?
Yeah. It takes a
Yeah,
while.
it's a little ridiculous. The Bills. See, the reason I know this is because the Bills did this multiple times. We took C.J. Spiller. We took there was somebody else too. I don't remember, but C.J. Spiller was the big guy, the water bug, and we had no offensive line. We had nothing, and he washed out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. The crazy thing is, like you're just talking about, running back careers don't last that long. And most teams have kind of come around to the fact that you can almost get any running back and they're going to be serviceable. So their like contracts are not that expensive. Like they're not paid that much. And with the way that the rookie contracts are like preset based on where you're picked, with Jeremiah Love going number 3, he's now the highest paid running back in the NFL. Isn't that wild?
That's insane.
That
just
is crazy.
Just out of like pure, like pick position, he's overpaid.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, which tells you everything you need to know about the running back contract market.
Good for the Cardinals. Good for the Cardinals.
Insane.
So up next was Titans, right?
Yeah, Titans number 4, and this was actually the first real surprise because the Jeremiah Love to the Cardinal things did start gaining steam about maybe a week or so before the draft. Everyone wanted the Cardinals to go. I mean, they need pass rusher, they need help. But they take the first wide receiver and they go Carnell Tate, who's going to be a good receiver, I think, but he's only ever been a number 2. He's going to be the number 1 there in Tennessee.
Yeah, but who's the quarterback in Tennessee?
Cam Ward. He was the rookie last year.
Okay.
He's showing promise. He looks good, but he needs like weapons around him, which is why they took Carnell Tate
Okay.
here.
I mean,
Um,
he's highly graded as far as like wide
yeah,
receivers. He's probably one of the best ones on the draft. But
he was for sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. It was just they needed like defensive help, and they have 2 rookie receivers from last year, so it was kind of strange. They're just kind of loading up that room. That no one expected that. That was kind of a surprise pick.
okay, okay. And now let's move back to New Jersey. Thank you. Sorry, the New York Giants.
The Giants. So did you notice they had pick 5, which was their pick,
Yep.
but they
Yep.
also got number 10. They
Well,
traded.
oh, that's
Dex,
right.
yeah,
A
they
couple days
traded
ago.
Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals to get number 10 this year. So they had 5 and 10, which as a Cowboys fan made me pretty nervous because there were kind of some overlapping needs there. I always
You
thought they were
should.
going to take some of
You
our
should.
guys.
You should be nervous with who they took first in their first round.
Arvell, yeah, yeah,
He
the next
is
pass rusher.
literally the best edge rusher
Yeah,
in the market right now. So, or at least in this draft.
yeah. People thought he would have gone to the Jets, but they for some reason went with Bailey there. But yeah, they took Arvell Reese, the best pass rusher. Cool. I guess we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Next was Chiefs, which is not that exciting. They took a corner, but then number 7. This is what I want to talk about: the Commanders. The guy they took was the guy that I really, really, really wanted for the Cowboys.
Sonny Styles.
Yeah, was that the name you heard, Rob? Sonny
I
Styles.
love his name so much. Yes.
So cool.
He is incredible. He's a linebacker, and he's awesome. Like a few months before the draft, when people were still like trying to figure out where these guys would land, Sonny Styles was down in the teens where the Cowboys are picking, and I'm like, yes, we can get Sonny Styles. But then as it got closer, he flew up the board,
Mhm.
and I knew it was going to be hard for him to fall down to us, but yeah, and he didn't. The Commanders take him, which is so annoying because he went to a division rival.
I just, why didn't you guys move up? You could have moved up. Everybody was trading.
Yeah, it would have been too much to go from 12 all the way to, I think.
Eighth, ninth, or
Well,
seventh.
so here's
Seventh.
we skipped over it. The Browns actually had 6 originally, and the Chiefs jumped up there with them from
So I
9 to 6.
wonder if the Cowboys actually were in the market and we didn't know
But
about it.
that was a huge rumor that they would go up to 6 where the
'Cause
Browns were.
yeah, I did remember hearing a little bit about
Yeah,
trading stuff.
yeah. But I don't know if they would have. I don't think they would have given up enough, like what the Browns would have been asking for to
I
get
mean, they
that high.
shouldn't have.
Yeah, they didn't. Actually, yeah. When we get to the Cowboys, I'm super impressed. I think they won the draft, but
Okay.
so yeah, so they took Sonny Styles, the guy that I wanted, and now we have to play against him twice a year. Great. Saints come after that, number 8. They took Jordan Tyson, who's actually probably the best receiver in this draft. Just he pulled his hamstring last year, and then when he tried to play through it and like hurt his other hamstring doing that. So there was
Oh,
like injury concerns on him, but
yeah.
he's the most talented receiver in the draft.
So that kid's missed time in all 4 of his collegiate seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he might be the best guy, but you can't. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they do have it's the Saints. They do have Chris Olave there, so he's not going to be it's not going to be all on him, which is good.
Well, who's remember the San Francisco guy that keeps pulling freaking muscles? McAfee.
McCaffrey, oh, he has the
McCaffrey.
Achilles. Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
it's the same thing. He could be the best. He is the best player, like by far, but he's hurt all
yeah,
the time. So I don't know.
yeah, yeah. He did make it through last year unscathed, so that's a good sign. But yeah, you're right. Number 9. So this is where the Browns actually picked after they traded down with the Chiefs. They just took the best tackle, which is great.
I am surprised. I am surprised the Browns actually took an offensive lineman. Like
They need it, man. They need to
they
build.
needed it 7 years in a row, and they just don't do it.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty impressive, actually.
Good for them. Yeah, good for them. So, and then here is where all the drama starts with the Cowboys. So, number 10, the pick that the Giants got from the Bengals, we're
Mhm.
like, Oh no, we're not. So after Sonny Styles went to the Commanders, we're like, okay, we really want Caleb Downs. That's who we want. But the Giants are picking in front of us. Of course, they're going to take Downs. It's Harbaugh. He's used to working with Kyle Hamilton, who's an awesome safety. They're going to take this
Yeah.
Caleb Downs safety, who is incredible. They didn't do it. They took Francis Maui Noah, an offensive lineman, and the Cowboys were doing backflips.
Oh my
Um,
God.
so the original Cowboys pick was 12, and the Dolphins were picking 11. So they're like, "Yo, Dolphins, we'll give you 2 5s if you let us move up one spot." And they did the deal. They moved up one spot, got Caleb Downs, got their guy.
But they didn't need to.
Well, they might have. The Dolphins need everything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're full on rebuild this year.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
Yeah, well,
Um,
did they move on from Tug?
Yeah, did they got rid of like McDaniels and the concussion guy, right?
Yeah.
Where did
Tua
they
is
land?
Tua's competing for a job in Atlanta, and McDaniel is the offensive coordinator of the Chargers this year.
There's a lot of coke in LA, so he'll be okay.
Is that a like a is
Dude.
that McDaniel's thing or?
I want you to follow McDaniel's like start of his career, like when he came from Denver and he was like this geeky, like whatever dude. He moves to Miami and all of a sudden he's wearing a gold chain, got these Gucci glasses, driving around freaking Cadillacs, like shirt unbuttoned, like he's a drug lord.
Yeah,
Like
it's
all
Miami.
in like 3 seasons. This little guy. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Caleb Downs. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I'm excited. Yeah, he's gonna change the defense.
You have a new defensive coordinator too, right?
Yeah, we got. I forget his name, but he was the former he was on the Eagles staff last season. He's
Parker,
like
he
an
was
up and
their,
coming.
I don't remember what he did, but
Yeah, he's an up and coming kind of guy. So hopefully it's
that's
good. Yeah. Then we go. So the next. This is probably the. I'm gonna skip some guys and go to the interesting parts now. But
Yeah,
the
well,
next
I'm
like
not about the
the
next one.
biggest surprise of the whole draft was the Rams at 13. So the Rams are known for being very savvy drafters. They know what they're doing. They get they get good guys. They have Matthew Stafford, who won the MVP last year as their quarterback. Here at number 13, they take Ty Simpson, a quarterback who's played like 15 games in college.
What?
What? Nobody expected that.
Okay. Oh, okay. There was this. Okay. I just watched this on YouTube, and it was who's the coach there?
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay got on the phone with him, and the guy was crying. The guy, like, he was so happy, and like, it was
Yeah.
just insane. He's like, I didn't ever expect, because it's the Rams. They have Stafford. Like
Yeah.
they're decent, and the dude's like, what the hell? And the coach is like, kind of nonchalant about it, and the first thing Simpson, the guy that was drafted, goes, "We're going to make history. I'm so excited to make history together with you." And the coach is just like, "Yeah, whatever, sure, sure," because he was pissed off that they picked him, because he didn't pick them. Somebody
Yeah.
else jumped and picked him.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of drama backstory here of something like Les Snead, who's like the general manager of the Rams, is like friends with Ty Simpson's dad or something like this. But then also like today I heard that Sean McVay was like saying, I wasn't mad, I was just trying to be respectful to Matthew Stafford. I don't want to like
Oh,
act like
okay.
I was like too excited that we're moving on from him or something like that.
Well,
So
I don't think they are moving on, right? So if you
no,
look at the Rams' plan, right, they are the top. They are in the
yeah,
top 5 teams.
yeah,
So are they going to be picking this high ever again in the next 4 years with Stafford,
yeah.
or
Well,
2 or 3 years?
where they're picking this high this year. Last year, they traded the Falcons made like the dumbest trade in NFL history. They're
Right.
like, "Hey, Rams, we'll give you our one next year if you let us trade up and draft this defensive guy." And the Rams were like, "Okay." So this is actually
Right.
supposed to be the Falcons pick.
They threw it away. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. They would have took like a 5 to move up. Like,
yeah, it's
wow.
ridiculous. So that's also might be the reason why they did that. They're viewing this pick as like, "Oh, this is a bonus pick. We can just like it's a
Yep.
luxury pick for us. We can
We
just try
can
to take
put him in,
someone."
We don't have
Which
to worry about Stafford getting like.
Yeah, I don't think that's the right perspective because they could have got like a major piece for their team, not like a lottery ticket
Yeah, and
quarterback.
I think that's why you got the real reaction from the coach. So
Yeah, yeah. Crazy, crazy. Um, the next thing, the Jets took the best tight end in the draft, Kenyon Sadiq, who's like a freak. They call him actually Sadiq the Freak. That's his
yeah,
nickname.
that's great for their
He's
quarterback.
insane.
Who's their quarterback?
Um, the tight end?
No, the quarterback of the Jets.
Oh, Geno Smith. He's back.
Yeah. Well, at least he's got a good tight end.
Full circle. Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing about the Jets is they're getting all the pieces in place because they're going to get a quarterback next year when the quarterbacks are good.
Okay,
That's their whole deal. Yeah, and have you seen any highlights or anything from this Kenyon Sadiq guy?
No,
He's
I'm gonna have to go
insane.
look.
He's massive and he moves like a wide receiver.
Why? I mean, there would have been a revolt in Buffalo if we took another tight end after Kincaid and Kincaid and who's in the
Don't knock or
yeah,
Knox.
Knox. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, he was hurt for like 2 years. I don't know.
Is it? Are both of their names Dalton?
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid, Dalton Knox.
That just hit me for some reason. That's wow. Okay, you guys got a
Okay.
tape, I guess.
So this guy's a freak then. All right. Well,
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what he does.
oh, he can
Um,
block too.
yeah, he's gonna be good.
Oh.
The next part I want to talk about is super exciting for me because it's the Cowboys again. The Cowboys were on the clock at 20. This is the pick they got from the Micah Parsons trade from the Packers.
Okay.
Uh, and actually, there's some crazy drama here with the Steelers too, who picked right
They-
after them at 21.
Wait, did they trade for it with the Eagles?
Yeah.
The
So
Cowboys
remember,
traded with the Eagles?
yeah. So remember how they gave up, they gave up 2 5s to move up
Yeah.
and take Caleb Downs. The Eagles gave us back 2 4s to make this trade. So we moved down 3 spots. We turned our 2 5s into 2 4s, and we still got the guy we wanted at 23, Malachi Lawrence. That's like genius. That's beautiful, beautiful trades on the draft day. That's awesome. But so do you want to hear the drama with the Steelers though?
Yeah.
So you see the Steelers are picking at 21.
Yeah, they
The
took
Eagles, when they traded up to 20, they took this receiver, Mekhi Lemon, who everyone says is like the next Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's like a smaller, tough receiver type guy.
Yep.
But when the Eagles were and the Cowboys were working on this plan, the Steelers were on the phone with Mekhi Lemon. We're like, hey, we're gonna pick you at 21, and we're taking you 21. So then the Eagles jump up, and they have to they can't get a hold of him because he's on the phone with the Steelers,
Oh,
and they have to get his agent to get a hold of him, like, hey, get off the phone with the Steelers. The Eagles are trying to trade pick you right now. He has to hang up on the Steelers to answer the Eagles call and get picked.
I mean, where would you rather go? Like, I
Yeah,
love Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's
exactly.
one of our
Exactly. And then the Steelers picked this guy that nobody's heard of and nobody expected to go this high. They totally got the rug pulled out underneath them and they had no idea what they were doing. And they took this
backup plan,
Max. I don't even know how to say his name.
Max?
Hemachor,
They're
tackle
an
guy.
anchor. He's an anchor
Yeah.
for an OT, so that's good.
Yeah. I saw someone say the Steelers pick is like when you're in a fantasy draft and the time runs out and you go on auto pick.
Yeah, he just threw it out. That's funny. I've done. Oh, dude, when I used to play Madden, I'm like, and then just next thing you know, I just picked whoever the hell.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to the Steelers. So funny. There's actually even more drama about that. There's some rumors that the Cowboys actually knew who the Steelers wanted, and they called the Eagles and told them hey, these guys are taking Mekhi Lemon. Do you want him? You want to trade with us? So they don't get him. I don't. That seems
that's
like too
dirty.
much.
That's
Yeah,
dirty.
that would be, but
That's tampering. That might.
I don't think I think it's all fair in the trade and because Mike McCarthy, who's the coach of the Steelers, used to be
Yeah.
at the Cowboys. There's a lot of connections
Yeah,
there.
dude.
It's very possible they found out the Steelers pick, but I
Bad
don't know if
blood.
that's true.
So yeah, maybe they're trying to get back at Mike too.
I don't know. I don't know. The rest of the draft, there's not too much to talk about. The Browns did pick again because they have a million first round picks, and they took another receiver,
Yeah.
Casey Concepcion, who's supposed to be really, really good. They ended up after this, they took another receiver in this, like with their first pick in the second round too. So they're like stacking up receivers. I mean, they still just have Shadur Sanders there at quarterback. Did you hear actually the recent news that the Browns owner said that like Deshaun Watson and Shadur are gonna like battle it out to see who their starting quarterback's gonna be?
Are you really?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is so washed, and they're like, no, he's
No.
got a chance to start.
Yeah, he had too many whatever. Man, that guy. Oh, dude, that's got to be the worst trade in NFL history, though.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. What they
Yeah.
gave up like 3 first-round picks. They gave up.
Yeah,
They mortgaged 5 years of their team for him.
yeah, and his contract was a massive, guaranteed contract.
Yep.
Yeah, but also like I know it's hindsight is 2020. I don't blame them in the moment for doing that because the last time that Deshaun Watson played, he looked like a star, and you need a quarterback. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't really blame him for taking the chance.
Yeah. I'm not sold on the Sanders. I think he's too.
Yeah,
But whatever. Maybe. Yeah, I could be wrong.
I mean, yeah, it was a rough year for him last year. They didn't win too many games with him there, so I don't know if he takes a big leap, but I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. So the Bills news. The Bills traded out of the first round. They moved what 3 times?
Was it 3?
I
Because
think they
what was their
traded
original
back.
pick supposed to be?
3 trades back. The original pick was what? Towards the end, right? Just at the
Yeah.
time. So they moved back to pick 35 in the second round, but
Yeah.
we moved back 3 times. So we moved back. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I was in my group chat in my fantasy league, which is a bunch of Buffalo fans, and we're watching the draft. Everyone's like, "Wow, what are they gonna pick?" And they're like, "Ah, trade down, okay." Like, wait, trade down again? What? Trade? I'm going to bed. This is so many. This is too many trades.
The Jets, I think so. They were at 30, right? Did they trade with the Jets?
Looks like the Jets did pick at 30. Yeah,
Yeah. And then I think they traded again. I don't remember, but
they did. Yeah, because they got all out of the first round completely. So, do you know how many actual picks they added through all that?
so they've all total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 10 picks total.
That's
Total.
crazy.
Like
Yeah,
they're in the draft, so everybody knows it's usually 7 picks in the draft. They had 10.
right.
And what's weird is though we're kind of in cap hell, and you're taking 10 players and you have to pay them a minimum. But we didn't have to pay any of that first round money, so I wonder if that was part
There
of
you
the
go.
equation.
Yeah.
So, but we still, let's jump into round 2 really quick.
Yeah, so the thing with the Bills, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but I was expecting them to go, especially after they traded down to second round.
Yep.
In the top of the second round, there's like that's like a good spot for the receivers this year. They didn't do that.
No, they didn't. And you know what? And they didn't take McDonald, the defensive tackle I wanted.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They went with T.J. Parker, who's like, I know we're desperate need for pass rushing, but this dude just reminds me complete. Like he's just like Clear Elam. Like he's like the prototypical guy that the Bills take because they think they're smarter than everybody, and he just doesn't pan out. So I don't know.
Can you, speaking of TJ Parker, you're the pick there. Did you hear or see the guy announcing that pick?
Yeah, what was that? Did he have a stroke?
I think he might have been drunk, like wasted.
Was he wasted?
I think because I was watching, I was like, "What is up?" So they had some. It's like a Bills legend, or I don't know who it was. Like
I didn't recognize him, but he literally. It was funny because I saw a TikTok Instagram reel.
yeah,
It was basically like the only guy to be picked the 1100th, 35th, 100th pick or something in the history of the NFL.
During the announcement, he burped mid announcement. He said the 2016 draft. And then when he was gonna say the college at the end, Clemson, he said Clemson.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's drunk. That's a Bills pick right there.
He had to be.
You know what? That means it's going to work out for us.
I thought it was the best, most Buffalo pick I've ever seen. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. But man, why don't you freaking pick somebody that you know that has the size, dude? Like,
Yeah. Did did the Bills? They ended up taking a receiver at some point, right? Did they not?
So you have to go pretty far back to the fourth round.
Fourth round.
Fourth. So they took
They did
Skylar
not have.
Bell, wide receiver, UConn, in the fourth
Didn't
round.
we
Pick
pick
one.
up someone in the offseason, though, that's supposed to be pretty decent as a receiver?
Yes.
DJ
we got-
Moore.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I guess that's fine, but we really could have used a number one pick because Moore is what's his contract? Another. They no, they redid it, right? So it's 2 years. 3
I'm not
years.
sure how many years. He's a really good receiver. He's at the tail end of his career at this point.
Yeah,
But
but you gotta. I don't know, but David. So they did T.J. Parker, David Igbulson. He's a cornerback out of Ohio State as at the pick 62. So they had 2 picks in the second round, and then they had 3 fourth-round picks, 2 fifth-round, 3 7 rounds, round sevens. So I don't know. They only took 1 wide receiver though. I would have thought we would have.
yeah,
And I know we need help. I get it, but Big Baller Bean is kind of showing his. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
surprised.
Nothing
surprised
really
too.
impressed me this year with what we picked up.
Yeah.
I think we made better moves in the offseason.
Well, dude, that's been the case lately, right? Like, we're doing stupid stuff at draft day, and we're not. For somebody that trades out of the first round to only get a couple fifth-round picks to do that, I understand it's only a few picks are going down, but you're giving up the thing the fans, the team, everybody wants to see on day one. You're giving that up. You're moving out of the first round. You're moving down to the second, and you're only getting some really late round picks. And you know, everybody calls Brandon a genius for this, but in a really weak draft class, picking fifth is like just taking free agents at this point.
yeah,
Not to say anything bad. I know that punter at 7 is going to be great, but
yeah. I just saw you guys drafted a punter.
yeah,
Awesome.
great.
Oh man.
I don't know. I didn't even watch it, and I was disappointed this year.
Yeah, and Juice, like 100%. As a Bills fan, I didn't even care about this year's draft.
And you usually, like, when it's a big year, you log into like Instagram or something, and you're seeing like everything about the draft, and it was like nothing.
Yeah.
Do you think the and I don't know if I want to like say this out loud, but do you think the NFL's actually jumped the shark? You know how like NASCAR got super popular, and then all of a sudden they did some really stupid shit. So like with the issues we've been having with the refs, and now freaking Vegas being all involved, and people seeing the disparities there, and then all the controversies with like the horrible personalities of these players that are beating their girlfriend.
Are you talking about Vegas, like the sports betting, or like the
Yeah,
the NBA guys that were all caught in that
Yeah.
huge scheme? That was
Dude.
crazy.
Oh, and the ref, dude, 100% these refs, and they're not out changing the game, right? So, but they're doing certain little things that are inhibiting, and you saw it with the Bills.
I mean,
The
I
past
feel like
year.
we would be silly to think that that stuff doesn't go on in the NFL too, right?
Yeah, there's too much money at hand.
Yeah.
We're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars. So,
Bills Mafia, huh?
well, our mafia apparently isn't as good as the real mafia. So,
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I mean, not too crazy of a draft, like we sort of already said, just because of the draft class being a little
yeah.
down this year on talent.
Who's
So
the company?
who are the teams to watch this year for like top contenders? Do you think, Isaac?
I want to see what the Raiders do. They had so much cap space, they hit free agency hard to remake their offensive line. And now they just drafted the quarterback number 1 overall. And let's see what they do. I mean, I'm excited. Let's see what
If
they do.
their owner gets a new haircut, they'll do good.
Yeah, that's rough out there, and I don't know if you guys like stadiums and stuff, but Vegas is one of the stadiums I want to go to. It looks so cool there. It's brand new.
Yeah, let's. We should get that together. That's one of those stadiums that I have to visit for sure.
Yeah, I
I
want
feel
to
like
go to.
there's a bunch that I want to start visiting just because I'm actually getting more into football now later in life than I was,
Same.
earlier in life. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, Vegas and LA, that stadium looks awesome too.
Dude, so I drove by LA Stadium, when I was out there at the University of Southern California, and I was like, "Damn, this thing looks like a spaceport."
Yeah, it
It's
does.
kind of crazy. They're doing all kinds of construction, adding a bunch of stuff for the FIFA stuff, games, and all that.
Okay. Yep.
But just seeing that from like driving by it, I was kind of like, and it sucks because it's all kind of like poor neighborhoods around it. And they're poor for California poor, but
Yeah.
it's just, but there's no air conditioning in that stadium.
Oh, really? Well, isn't that's the one that's built like down into the ground, right?
It is, yeah. So it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's not like super high, but
Right.
so what they said is the reason they didn't do air conditioning is because like the way the winds come off the ocean and they have fans, huge, massive fans in there that are supposed to push that air, but I don't know.
It's always just 75 and sunny there, though, right?
Yeah,
There's no bad weather.
no, 75 and smoggy. Yes.
I was
Right.
I was
Right.
actually listening to Elliot in the morning the other day. They weren't talking about football stadiums, but they were talking about hockey stadiums. And I don't know if that's a thing for football too, but they like get into some pretty crazy food in the hockey stadiums, like concession food and
Not in
Hockey and
football.
baseball too. Baseball.
Baseball.
really.
Baseball and hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You guys know I had an opportunity to be the executive chef of the Buffalo hockey team. I interviewed up there when I lived
the
up
Sabres.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, you should have did
that whole
that.
stadium.
That would have been awesome, dude.
I don't know.
You know how much tickets were for their playoff games?
How?
It was on a whim. I was like, oh, let's just take the kids to this playoff game. When we haven't seen a freaking hockey playoff game in forever. $1,500 a ticket.
Oof. How are they doing?
Great.
I wish I liked hockey more than I did. The
Yeah,
only thing
yeah.
I know about hockey is the Mighty Ducks, and it's a great sport, right? Like it's a lot of people like it. I never got into it.
They're really fun to go to live. The games.
Yes,
They're good.
I've been to a
But,
couple live.
Yeah.
So they're up two game, or they're up a game to the Bruins, I guess. So Buffalo leads 2-1 right now.
Okay.
So
Best
game
of
4 is
7.
tomorrow at 2.
Is it best
I
of 7?
don't.
or
I don't
5?
even know how they. I don't even know how they're set up the games. I mean, I'm just being honest. And it really, honestly, the only thing I know about is football. I know baseball plays like a million games a season,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the pitcher can't play twice or something like that, right?
There's certain
Like they have to rotate so their
Yeah.
arm doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And that, which is crazy because like whenever Dorothy used to take us to Oswego all the time, Epic, right? And we would
yeah,
just
I
sit,
do know that.
we would just sit there and watch like the Yankees with like Jeter and Knobloch and all those guys back in the day, and I still don't
Knobloch.
know anything about baseball.
Yeah, I'm still pissed at him for shitting the bed after I got his really nice card back. That my uncle got for me.
I will say, Isaac is the closest he's ever been to kind of getting me into opening some football card packs.
Yeah, that's really good there.
I like the stuff they do with those, like the jersey ones and the stuff.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been trying, and a couple he showed me from this next set are looking pretty cool.
Yeah, the autographs, they're cool.
And I have to beat up what, a 9-year-old kid to get that card?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gone. They did actually have another drop the other morning, and I got a couple more.
Hey, but save them for Monday if you get them.
Yeah. No, they won't be here for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for now? What set is it called?
It's Topps Chrome because there's if you want to know all the backstory, it's Panini has had the NFL license for maybe 11 years.
Mhm.
And Topps, who was bought by Fanatics, just got the license back to the NFL. Like this month it started.
I used to love Tops though. Their cards,
Yeah.
like I don't know, they were just so much better than the other ones.
Yeah, they're
Besides Topps
legendary.
and Score I like too.
Panini owns Score now.
Okay, well yeah, that kind of feels like that, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so Topps just got the license back for the NFL this month. And as soon as that happened, they dropped Topps Chrome, which is like their flagship product, football. So that's what's been out. Actually, Topps Finest came out for pre-order like last week, but that's not retail. That's only hobby, which means you can only get it directly from them. And they don't have like the smaller boxes. They only have like the giant $1,000 boxes or whatever they are.
Yeah, no
So
thanks.
I don't really go for hobby too much because it's out of my budget.
Yeah, I know, and it's even. I know this isn't really comparable, but those Magic cards I was getting for a while, like the Ninja Turtles and stuff, the
Yeah.
collector's box, which
Yeah.
comes with one pack, is like $50.
Oh, because it's all hollows or whatever.
Yeah, it's all hollows and all what is the other Magic thing? Full arts or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't realize they would be hollow commons, so worthless.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So
So why?
that
Yeah,
was.
why would you even buy it? Like, oh, I got another Hollow. Great.
I
Yeah.
thought it came in a box that I thought was like it looked like thered be more than one pack in it, right? Like an ETB. But you
Oh,
open it and it's just this one pack sitting in the middle of all this.
oh
Like,
God.
really? And there's one Ninja Turtles box. I don't know if you've seen it, Isaac, that I want to get. It looks like a pizza box, right? And it has like the
Oh,
old
yeah.
Ninja Turtles logo on and stuff. It looks cool. I would keep that sealed.
Yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere, but yeah, it would be really cool.
Yeah. It's but yeah, I'm close because I don't know what the next Magic set is, but Ninja Turtles is kind of getting old with me really quickly. Um, Final Fantasy was the one I really enjoyed.
Mhm. There's
So
a
I don't
new
know.
Disney set out. Have you
I
seen
did
that?
see that. I did see
The
that the other
neon?
day in the store. Perfect Order's really not doing much for me right now.
No.
I don't even have I gotten a pull from Perfect Order? I don't think I have. Have I?
I don't know.
Yes, I have. Hold on. I got one the other day. I didn't send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know. I feel like one of us needs to get like one of the top polls, and then we can just say we're done with that set.
100%. Epic, are you going to join us this year with football cards?
Yeah, I'll buy a couple. I gotta get. Problem is, I get there,
Full art.
I freak out. Like, oh man, is this the pack I want to buy?
Is that a Drapion or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We just need to get like one of the special, like the special illustration rares, and then we can say we've conquered Perfect Order and be done with it.
But I've gotten like I'm so disenfranchised with it because of the past year, right, of trying to
Yeah.
get cards.
Yes.
But I'm kind of starting to get back into it, even though I can only find like perfect orders. I'm starting to get kind of excited about it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun. I mean, it is fun when you can actually do it.
Yeah,
It's a fun hobby.
I think if Patrick did it with us, it would be so much fun too.
That would be really cool. But it's so much. It's a fight. It's not. I mean, it makes it not fun.
I
Yeah,
like to play
really.
at Target. That's fun.
The only thing you can find is fucking Magic cards, and it's a crapshoot whether it's going to be a good set or not. To be honest with you, the only real Magic cards that I like collecting are the Universes Beyond.
Yeah, it
Every
makes
once in a
sense.
while, I'll pick up like a regular pack and I'll get like a full art and be like, okay, this is cool. Then I'll look it up. It's $1.23. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
sold
let's
most of
all
my
just want to
Magic
start
cards.
doing Yu-Gi-Oh and just go all in
Stop.
on Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll
I
have
don't-
no problems.
Or
I'm
what
not
is that
doing
other
Yu-Gi-Oh.
one? Union something?
Union Arena.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Is that an anime thing?
Yeah, they just get all the. It's kind of like Universes Beyond of Magic, but with anime, right? They'll do like a One Piece set. They'll do like a Jujutsu Kaisen set. Whereas I do like anime, I have no interest in the cards.
Yeah. Right.
So
That's kind of what that Schweiss Schwartz thing. The
the
Japanese.
hentai women. That is
That's all. No, that's all just different anime stuff, right?
no.
I
It's
don't know.
all scantily clad women.
No, not. It's not all of it.
Uh,
Those are just like the hits or whatever that everyone
Of course,
likes.
because it's, my friend had one of those and he brought them in for me to see, one of my coworkers, and the cards I was trying to go through them, they were like sticking together.
I saw one that I guess they did like a Disney set like 4 years ago, and there's a Mickey Mouse in there that's like thousands of dollars.
We're still getting Lorcana. We're getting some. She just got this bell that's worth a couple $100.
Yeah.
Her cards are worth more than mine right now because I sold most of them.
Yeah.
But the collection's getting back up thanks to you, and we're getting there. And I got a couple of those Target boxes, so that was nice.
Yeah, it's always good when you can hit.
My booster boxes got canceled. That sucked.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's bad.
maybe my friend will give me a pack when his come in. Just a pack. That's all I ask. 12 cards.
I have that box waiting for you.
Nice.
The pin
Then
box.
I really need to come over Monday.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go completely off topic here because I don't want to.
Yeah, we're already way off topic, buddy.
Sorry. I want to remember it. Did you guys see the Clayface trailer?
No.
You guys are familiar with Clayface, Batman villain?
Oh, no, I'm not.
You're the biggest Batman fan out of all of us, and you don't know Clayface?
What?
Yeah, I've never heard of
Scarface?
it.
You talking about
Seems like I would
Scarface?
know. Yeah, Scarface. Yeah.
Are you
You
talking
guys
about
never
Two-Face.
watched the
Two-Face.
Batman cartoon
Scarecrow?
from the 90s?
the
Two-Face.
90s? No, the 90s sucked, dude. Are you
Riddler.
talking about the cartoon?
Yes.
I don't watch the cartoon. No, that Batman cartoon pissed me off in the morning.
Poison Ivy.
God, I can't even
Ah,
talk
I
to you
didn't
guys
hear.
about it now.
They're freaking
That's
vine.
Clayface.
The Penguin.
Yes, I
record-
remember that guy. That's not
The
Clayface,
Thing?
is it? That's his
Clayface,
name?
yeah.
Isn't he in the Fantastic Four?
That's what I thought, too.
That's the thing. All right, relax.
One artist. He's only draws one thing. Good. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, let's hire this guy. He'll make a really cool one.
Anyway, because
That's
James Gunn's new DCU, he's doing all these crazy movies, like the Supergirl movies coming out. That trailer was
right.
awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Clayface came out, and it's a straight up horror movie. So I'm really interested to see where his DCU's going. And Jose and I were talking about it the other day, and Batman's not a cool dude. He's very violent, and no movie so far has portrayed him like that, except for Robert Pattinson's, which was good, the Batman. So
Yeah,
anyway, watch Clayface. It's a straight up horror.
Okay, but while we're on that subject, really quick, we got to talk about Project Hail Mary. We just went and watched it.
Great movie.
Really good.
I watched it on Strem.io. It was not what I expected, but it was
Okay,
good.
you don't want to say that out loud, but yes,
I pirated it. Sorry, Isaac.
I want to watch it. I want to see it. It looks good.
it was really good. People are crying at points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my turn for a movie.
Okay.
Have you guys seen the poster preview for Hungry?
I saw the poster. I have no idea what it's about.
It's Hungry Hungry Hippos made into a horror movie.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A hippo that's hungry.
But did you guys you saw that they did the Winnie the Pooh horror movie,
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse horror movie? So
Yeah.
Is this legit?
I think it is actually an actual movie. Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Killer Hippo. Horror. What?
I just watched a movie today
Ooh.
that I'm going to do for one of our movie episodes,
Yeah.
and it's about a haunted podcast. So I thought it was,
Yeah.
I gotta say one thing really quick on the Hungry Hippo though. Those things can freaking hurt your fingers. I've been playing Heated Battle, man, and
Now you know where they got the idea for the movie.
Yep. That's also how Isaac's dad lost 2 of his fingers. Hungry,
That's
Hungry
true, yeah.
Hippos. Not funny.
kind of fun.
So, well, this was off on a tangent. You gentlemen have anything else about football?
No, hopefully next year. Actually, next year's draft will be a lot better. I can already tell you that now. So I'm excited for the next episode 1 year from now.
Yeah,
What we were talking about.
I'm not as big into football as you guys, but I always like listening to your guys' passion about it and kind of hearing your theories of who's going to be good and who's not going to be good. So I enjoy that. So I appreciate that.
Well, when we're sitting here next year talking about how the Bills won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
there's just
And who's our new coach? They had the bright idea to promote our offensive coordinator that's never had coaching experience.
it's got 3 calls in his playbook. Yeah.
Bill Brady.
Yeah.
Brady.
Give it to what's his name? The runner guy. Why is his name blanking right now?
Joe
Sorry.
Brady. Oh, give it to
James Cook.
Yes, James Cook. Thank God.
Up the middle.
That was awful.
up the middle, James Cook. What?
Yeah, up the middle, James Cook. Flick it back.
You have no freaking offense. What? Do a screen pass.
Up the middle, Josh Allen every play. How about that?
Yeah. So I think our next episode is a me episode. It's been a minute since I've done episode, and we're gonna change gears a little bit and revisit some history mysteries,
Okay. Get back
and some
to it.
real things that have happened to kind of shake up our. So I think we did a couple random ramblings. We're doing football, so we're gonna get back into that a little bit. And I've got a really good one pulled out for you guys. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want you to look it up beforehand, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So,
Sweet.
and then the next movie, we will be here next episode for Bone Temple, right? That's what we're doing? My pick?
That's right.
All right, gentlemen.
Yep.
Thank you for taking your night away from your peoples and joining me on this podcast. And let's go play some Pokopia.
Yeah.
All right.
Build some stuff.
As always, be kind to yourselves, each other, and your insides because pizza after midnight's a young man's game. Later.
Good time.
Peace.